Well, it's just gone 6:30 Central African time. We're going to be bringing you all your business news right here on Prime Biz. First, let's take a look at the day's top stories. Government terminates all its contracts with auditing firms KPMG and Ngongi Incorporated. State Security Agency Director General Arthur Fraser transferred to the Department of Correctional Services with immediate effect. The Judicial Conduct Tribunal into retired Judge Ngola Mutata recommends that he be impeached. The tribunal found Mutata guilty on charges of gross misconduct in relation to his defense during a drunk driving trial in 2007. Well, those are your top stories. I'm now going to hand over to Francis Hurd for the number of the day. Do I throw it over to you? Catch it?
Thank you. Got it. The number of the day, let's bring it up, 1.5%. This is what the IMF now has raised South Africa's growth forecast to this year. It is good news in a sense because 1.5% is higher than the 0.9% that the IMF was predicting earlier. But it's bad news because it's still lower than what the Reserve Bank and our own government and even what global credit rating agencies are expecting, which is around 2%. 1.5%, remember, not much higher than 1.3% actual growth that we saw last year. This is all predictions now for 2018. And overall, this prediction shows that South Africa is still well below the curve, since global growth is expected to come in at 3.9%, nearly 4% this year. So you can see we are lagging well behind that. Well, the IMF says there has been positive political change in recent months, but structural bottlenecks remain a concern. It's also raised next year's forecast from 0.9% to 1.7%. President Cyril Ramaphosa, of course, has appointed some heavy hitters to lead a drive to attract $100 billion or 1.2 trillion rand in new investment to fix this. Because right now, this number of the day, 1.5%, represents relative stagnation in economic growth, and it's certainly not enough to create much needed growth and much needed jobs in this economy. So that is the number of the day, 1.5%.